What's good, J fam?
Welcome back to another video, y'all. So this video, y'all, is going to be a little bit different. We want to share something really personal with y'all, and we really just want to, tell y'all about an experience that we had. That way, hopefully it can help somebody, that's watching this or anything like that. We really talked about this a lot, whether we should, put this on YouTube or whether we should just keep it to ourselves. But we ended up watching another video similar to what we're about to make on YouTube, and it was really inspiring to see the other couple's story.
At first, like Evan said, we weren't gonna do it because we were just like, whatever, like who cares, it's nobody's business. Like we'll probably tell people when we get pregnant again, like, oh, by the way, like that happened to us. But then not only did we see somebody's video, like I saw like an old friend's mom like post her story about having a miscarriage on Facebook. And like just being able to see somebody else go through something, I was just like, wow, like I related to it. And a lot of times y'all always comment like, oh, we're role models, like y'all really look up to us, y'all help us through so much. Like when I made the dark skin video, I had so many people message me like, I'm so happy you made this video, like I go through this and like no one talks about it. So like God really like spoke to my heart, like me and Evan have this platform, like why would we not? You know what I mean? Like it's like you just said, it's to help people or just bring awareness, Yeah. Another reason we decided to speak on it right now because like we now feel comfortable talking about it. Like
it took a while. So y'all, June 17th, so a little over a month ago, we had a miscarriage. And it was crazy, y'all. So going through the story, y'all, is we found out Jory was pregnant the day before. So we were kind of joking about it. Jory was saying, oh, what if I'm pregnant? We were kind of playing around about it. And then it got to the point where Jory was like, okay, I need to take a pregnancy test.
Yeah.
So she took one.
I felt like God was telling me to take one, guys.
Yeah, she felt God was telling her to take a pregnancy test. So she took it. And then you took what, 3 or 4 of them?
When I tell y'all, like Evan said, it's crazy because Evan kept saying you're pregnant. He kept telling me that, because it wasn't like I had symptoms. I didn't miss my period or anything. Like this is before my period came on.
No,
it was about to come on. No, my period was about to.
It was like a few days late. It wasn't like abnormal.
Well, my period, I don't have, my period's not consistent. Like I'm not a set date type of girl, like the 25th of every month. Like I'm not irregular, but it's like I'm not.
Yeah.
Like my period just comes towards the end of the month every whatever. I'm in the 30-day range. I never skip a period or miss periods like as a whole, like go months without having them. But I never really know when I'll miss a period because it's not like it consistently comes.
But I could tell y'all because Jory was joking about it so much.
Yeah.
She was in denial so much that I could tell like she really deep down had some feelings.
I had some symptoms.
And then I kept telling her, and she finally went and got a pregnancy test. She felt God, telling her to get one. And then.
But it was a joke.
And then you were pregnant. We found out you were pregnant.
It said pregnant. Like
y'all,
this was like the clear blue pregnant. Like it said it. I bought a clear blue one, and I bought like the dollar store one, like that just tells you like your HTG level, like the line. And like we filmed it. Like when I tell you, like I was expecting. The reason I took the test, I thought like God just wanted me to know. But the reason I took the test is because I found myself like stressing about it. Like, am I pregnant? I wonder if I am. So I was like, let me take a pregnancy test so I can see negative. Like I can't wait for my period to come on. Let me just see negative so I can move on with my life and we can stop joking about it and stop joking about it. So like when we looked down, Evan's reaction was so happy. He was like, "Guys, good," but my reaction was just like,
I think you hit me. Like Jory was like, "Shut up," and she hit me. Like you were just you were in shock. But no, y'all. So
you got punched you.
Not like that, but no. I mean, we were like extremely happy. We were extremely happy, y'all. And then, a day later, we ended up having a miscarriage.
The next day.
So that's the crazy thing too, y'all. Is so we, going through this was a really eye-opening experience because first off, if Jory never took the pregnancy test, the next day she probably just would have thought her period was coming on.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even known I was pregnant.
Yeah, because I mean, when a miscarriage happens, I guess it's very similar. You know, I'm not gonna go into details, but you know, very similar to a period. So it was, you know, we definitely felt like God was telling us, you know, God showed us that for a reason.
Yeah. Definitely.
Definitely, and
it was literally the next day, like you just said.
Yeah, and like I said, if we would have waited one more day, we probably never would have known. And that's what we, you know, we went to the doctor and we really talked. And so Jory was about 5 weeks pregnant.
Yep.
We lost, you know, we had the miscarriage. But thinking about that, there are so many people that get pregnant and then pass it without even ever knowing that they were pregnant.
Like, that's how common it is.
And yeah, because we were worried, you know, is something wrong? Like, you know, is something wrong with us? Or are we doing something wrong? And, you know, it's a very common thing, but it's not really talked about that much. You know, it's kind of like, it's something that we were really scared for. So that's why, one of the reasons why we wanted to tell y'all and make this video is because it's okay. You know, it's not like, just because that happens doesn't mean that you won't be able to get pregnant, or that you know, it's a very common thing. So we kind of just wanted to talk to y'all about this.
Yeah, and this situation really like opened our eyes up, because we weren't trying to get, like, it wasn't like we were actively trying, like, oh, let's have a baby. Because I mean, y'all know we just moved into this new house, like I just started a job. At that point, I didn't even have a job. I had an internship, and literally the miscarriage happened at work. Like, I just started bleeding, and I was like, oh. And the crazy thing about that, like, that's how we told our parents we were pregnant, because literally, like...
Right, because we didn't, so our plans, y'all...
It was the next day, I literally, I called my mom, I'm crying in the bathroom, and she's like, you had a miscarriage. Like, she already knew.
Right.
So it was just like, yeah. So it's like, that's what sucks about it for us, and that's what kind of made it hard for me, because even though it was only 5 weeks, which makes me feel so much better, because so many people have miscarriages when they hear the heartbeat, or when things are fully formed, or, you know, even stillbirths. Like, I couldn't imagine that. Like, you're preparing, you bought everything, like, you know, so ours was just like the idea for that day, like literally that night, like in the beginning of that day, and I started bleeding at 12 o'clock at noon, lunch. So honestly, it may not even have been a full day, because we found out that night.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't even a full day. It was less than 24 hours, we knew. And having to call your parents and be like, because Evan was worried. I was like, I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
I just texted him, I'm bleeding. He was like, should I call my mom to pick you up? Because I was actually in New Orleans.
And I was in Baton Rouge.
Y'all know we live in Baton Rouge, so I was in New Orleans for work, filming for my internship. And
she rode with her boss.
I rode with my boss.
Bring her car.
So I didn't bring my car, so I couldn't just go home. So it's like, I had to tell my boss, like, okay, I'm bleeding, like, you know. And Evan was like, well, let me call my mom, she'll come pick you up. So not only did Evan have to tell his mom, like, he pick up Jory, but like, why? Because like, oh, by the way, she was pregnant, but she's bleeding.
Yeah, it was like so much, like,
crazy.
Telling our parents, it went from like, Jory's pregnant. Okay, by the way, Jory is pregnant, but we think she is losing the baby. You know, it was so much, and we weren't planning to tell anybody, because, like, you know, miscarriage is such a common thing. That's why they say really wait like 12 weeks until,
yeah, that's what they say.
You start
but
telling people. And
miscarriage, the reason I want to make this video, like, miscarriages are so common. Like, literally people look up, when should you tell the people? And people say 12 weeks, but honestly, and then I read this article that says, tell them when you want to tell them, when you're excited.
Yeah,
I mean, miscarriage is just so common, we should talk about it more, to where if you lose a baby, it's not taboo. Or if you have a miscarriage, it's like, it happens so much, it's like, it's common, like, it happens a lot. And it happens a lot in your first pregnancies. Like, it happens a lot in the first, it's an 80% chance you'll have a miscarriage in your first trimester. Like, that's literally, so whenever you feel excited, you shouldn't have to feel like, oh, I have to wait 12 weeks, because if it happens, you have to go through it alone. Like, and that's the beautiful thing about it. We had so much family, and just being able to call your mom, come get me, and call my mom, and like literally telling everybody, like telling my dads that, like, that was just crazy. Like,
yeah,
like, and my friends, like telling everybody, like, you know, but it happens to a lot of people. And so yeah, Evan's mom came to get me, and I was on FaceTime with my mom because, you know, she lives in Virginia, and it was
It was
crazy. It was a lot. Evan came up there to pick me up, and
Yeah, I left my job and I went to go pick Jory up. But I just didn't want her to have to wait for me to drive from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. That's why, you know, my mom was right there. But y'all, it was a lot. Like we were emotional, y'all, and it was tough.
it was crazy.
It was tough, like, you know,
But
it was tough, y'all. But I mean, we got through it together, and I think it was a learning experience for us.
definitely.
So
I mean, things happen for a reason, and like Evan said, when I tell you something told me to take that pregnancy test, like
yeah,
why did I take that test? Like, if I waited 2 more days, you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't have. But God we learned so much during that, and like God really helped us. Like, we're prepared. Like, it was just, I don't know. Like, we learned a lot about ourselves, our family, like everything. Like,
yeah.
so we just want everybody to know, like, you know, it's common if you do have a miscarriage, like, you know, it's okay. I mean, like Evan said, it doesn't mean something's wrong with you, and it happens so much. Like, it should be talked about more, but we're good, and God is so good to us, and we love Him so
Yeah.
much because
We're
that's
so
the only
blessed.
way we got through it, and our family's amazing, and we don't want anybody to feel sorry for us or anything because it happens to people all the time. And I
Yeah,
can
we're not
imagine
asking for sympathy, you know.
somebody goes through it alone, you know?
Yeah. And we're not trying to make this video for everybody to, you know, like I said, have sympathy and stuff. We're
Just
making
for
this video
awareness.
after we have fully, you know, fully understanding the situation, and really, you know, it's not like this happened a few days ago and we're still emotional. You know, we've moved past this. Yeah, we've moved past this, y'all, and we just, you know, we're looking toward the present and the future, and we're very blessed and happy. But we just wanted to make this video to, you know, bring awareness and really just.
Evan's such a strong person, y'all, through this.
No, Jory
and
was,
this showed me
y'all.
Evan's gonna be the best dad ever, y'all. Like, even for that night, Evan was such a sweet little daddy. Like, he's gonna be he's gonna be so, you know, and I'm so proud of us right now because, not saying crying is wrong or anything, I'm not gonna say that, but this is our first time, like, talking about
Without
it
crying.
and not crying. Like, I was getting teary-eyed and I wasn't trying to hold it in. It's just,
Yeah.
you know, we accepted it, and our next baby is going to be considered a rainbow baby, so that's beautiful. So, you know, just be mindful and compassionate to people or couples, you know, who are trying to get pregnant. Like, don't, you know, we can go into it, but we're just going to cut this short. If y'all want us to talk about it more or dive into it, just let us know in the comments. We love you guys so much. We're so happy we're able to get on a platform and share all this with you. It's kind of therapeutic, and God is good. So, I love you.
Love you too. Thank y'all for watching this video. You know, we really appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all
In the next one.